What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Your boy's back with another episode of On the Block with Nick. I've been gone for a minute, but hey, I trust me. This episode is going to be worth the wait, and I'm going to tell you why. One, we got your favorite guy in the house who is just always off the chain. That is a fan favorite. My boy Dorico, what's going on?
What up, y'all? 7-7 Talk Sports in the building. Yes, I am still alive. Yes, I am. I promise you. And yeah, I know what y'all saying. Boy, where you been? Yeah, it's been a minute, but yeah, I done got that itch again, man. So yeah, it's good to see y'all, man, for sure. What's up, Nick? How's everything, man?
Hey, everything is everything, man.
Yes, sir.
Lovely, of course.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, good to have you on.
Appreciate it.
And this is one of my very good friends as well. Hey, we go back like 4 flats on the Cadillac. Man, I mean way back. Right? The introduction is just an introduction. The best thing I could say about this dude, man, best Tecmo Bowl player I have ever seen in my life, man. Best one. He get Bo Jackson, it's over. He doing some of everything. Jerry Rice, but hey, eat on. Motherfucking Rogers. What's going on, baby? How you doing?
Hey, I'm chilling, man. I'm glad to be on here with y'all today. You know what I'm saying? And thanks for such a kind introduction. I know there are a lot of people, those butt whippers, that remember me in those Tecmo Bowl days. I tell you. But yeah, it's good to be here with y'all. You know, first time on, so I appreciate you just having me here. You know.
Hey, E, man, it's nice to meet you, bro, for sure, man.
Yeah,
Always love, bro. But dog, hey, look, man, I don't know about that now. You saying you the nicest when it come down to that Tecmo Bowl. I still got the Nintendo right behind me with the Super Tecmo Bowl. So are we talking regular Tecmo Bowl or Super Tecmo Bowl? What we talking?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. It was really both. You know, I started with the Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah.
And then I just kept on beating them on through the Super Tecmo Bowl. Like,
okay.
I mean, we couldn't wait. I don't know if you recall, but we couldn't wait till that Super Tecmo Bowl came out. You know, back
for
then.
Sure.
It was a big anticipation for that to come out. And when it finally came out, man, my killing spree continued. It was bad. It was bad.
Okay. Yeah, man, we're gonna have to link up one day, dog, so we can get that back to cracking, bro. Cause that combination of Bo Jackson and that Bo Jackson was pretty much the Michael Vick of video games before Vick came. Oh my God, of course. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yo, that Tecmo Bowl started many fights. Boy,
yes. Oh, for sure.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's how we paid for laundry
controllers, everything, boy.
Hey, dog, that's how we paid for laundry for the short 3 months during my first tenure in college. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yeah. You said like you're doing bids. You know what I'm saying? Hey, my first bid in college.
My first 3 month stint. Yeah, in college. Yeah, Jacksonville State University. Y'all stand up, baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think mine was like 9 the first time. I was at 9 months.
Yeah.
I did like 9 the first time, man. Yeah. I know what you mean, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. But E, man, I want the fans and the loyal listeners to get to know you a little bit, man. So tell them a little bit about yourself, what you like to do, what you get into, and what you plan on doing and going with this platform.
Yeah, for sure. Right now, well, I enjoy fishing, things like that. You know, when I can get to it. Lately it's been difficult. I'm a real estate agent, as well as I work like an operations manager for like a Fortune 500 company. Really, man, I just like getting out doing stuff with my family, man. Trying to do a little bit more. But right now that's kind of where I am. You know, we had some recent tragedies in my family. Man, it's been tough the last 2 years. I just came from a funeral Saturday, as you know. But had a double funeral in January. But my family's been strong, loving, and we've been kind of fighting ourselves through that. So we are, still kind of recovering for that, man. We had some big losses over the last I'd say 24 to at least about 24 months. We had some really. It started prior to that the previous year, but the last 24 months have been pretty tough. But it's just been a matter of us being closer together. So, my fishing trips and things like that kind of been on pause. But I'm getting back to it. Definitely getting back to it. I coach youth football. That's kind of like my passion. Been doing that for over 20 years. Just trying to teach our young men to be good citizens in the community, man. Teaching them lessons through football. Football kind of mirrors life, so I try to instill those small lessons and try to encourage them. Let them know how important education is, because sometimes that's your only way out. Trying to get an education, as you guys know, to try to get to that next or military. I mean, sometimes it comes down to those two, and sometimes we're not ready to go the education route. So but
Yeah,
making sure that
definitely,
we're good
definitely.
stewards in our community.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely,
hmm
definitely.
I salute you on that, brother. And many prayers to you and your family, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, bruh, it's never easy to deal with the loss of a loved one, man. So prayers and strength for you and your family and love y'all way, man, for real.
I appreciate it.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
hmm
you so much.
definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, man. We're gonna jump right into the topics of the day.
Oh boy.
Hey, but before we jump into it, it's a couple of things I want to hit you guys with. Hey, to all the listeners, first I want to hit this up real quick because as you see, 1, 2, 3, all of us don't have any hair, right? And before we came on, it was a discussion about you know how to keep the golden nugget on top of the dome kind of shiny
Yes.
and fresh and clean. And as you can see, old Gate over there,
Impressive. Very impressive.
man, he got the shine, he got the luster. Like, yo, tell the people what you do, man.
See, this is why black folks, this is why we can't build nothing together, right? You know what I'm saying? My secrets are very simple. I suffer from what you call uh dry ass skin syndrome. So, right? So what I do, man, when I cut my hair, I shave my hair every day or shave my head every day, and then I'll wash it real quick, and then I'll use Eucerin. And I put it on there, man. So, my head looks nothing like my hands. So like if I what I'm saying? Like I don't know if y'all remember what was that dude from Dave Chappelle or Ashy Larry?
Got hands
Larry.
Yeah.
like Hakeem
Oh man.
Olajuwon.
yeah.
Not
Hakeem
Ashley
Yeah,
Larry.
Olajuwon
yeah.
hands.
My hands look like that at times, man. But no, if anybody's wondering, they still feel good on my wife though. So you know what I mean? That's the only thing that matters. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my beauty secret. Man, I hate y'all, man. For real. Yeah.
Man,
hmm
okay. Hey,
Yeah.
it's good to know, man. Hey, keep it up, man. I'm just gonna
Appreciate
keep on
it.
doing a little shaving and
Yeah.
put the lotion on or whatever.
hmm
But all right. Next thing, before we jump into what we want to discuss, it's something I wanted to ask you guys. I don't want to get your opinion on. So I was scrolling through TikTok and I came across some females discussing a topic in which a female was in a relationship with a male. Of course, you got to say that now, right?
hmm
And they was going back and forth and having a conversation, and she was like, "Look, I got something to tell you. Um, I don't want you to get mad." Which when that start off, it's like, "Yo, I'm
That's
gonna
not
get
good.
mad,
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the
right?"
worst.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and she continues to say, "Sometimes I feel like I want to be single again."
Mm.
Right? The female's opinion, who was on the show, basically was dogging out the dude because the dude was like, "Yo, I'm gone," and broke up with her. So I kind of want to get your opinion, and I shortened it up, right?
hmm
I just want to kind of get y'all opinions on what y'all think in that situation, and if you were in that situation, how would you take it and how would you handle it?
Mm. Go ahead. You go ahead and
What she
start us
said?
off with
What she
this one,
said?
sir.
She want to be single. Is that what she said?
She said she does. So basically, she was like, I don't want to break up, but I want to be open and honest. Sometimes, I miss being single.
Okay. Well, me personally, and I'm happily married. So this doesn't apply to the current me or who I am, who I've ever been. Let's put it out there, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just cheat on her. Like, I mean, from that on, like, thank you. As long as she's feeling like that, I'll just cheat on her. I'll be buck wild in the streets. I'm trying to tell
Oh
you,
my.
I would. If that's what we doing. I felt like that yesterday, so I found me somebody out in the street. I'm nah, man. Come on, what we doing, man? If that's what you want. Hey, thank you.
Hey, hold up.
Hey, man,
E,
straight up.
I'm not trying to take away from your time, dog. So but
Oh
I'm just
man.
saying. So yesterday, E, you identified as being happily in a relationship. And today you identify as a serial cheater. I get it.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man. I mean, you got like who like you, man. Like it sounds like she
Woo.
Hey, sometimes when they come with that, it might already be a little too late.
Yeah, for real.
When they come out, sometimes I want to feel single. She might have felt single last night when she left the club.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
And somebody
Mm-hmm.
called her stripping. Then she
Mm-hmm.
coming to you because she had that guilty conscience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I feel like I want to be single. Yeah, probably last night when you were out with your girl.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you didn't get in at 5:30 in the morning. You was feeling single. So yeah, man,
Yeah.
that's my advice.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Yeah.
much over here, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
This was done. You might as well just cheat on them, man. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
that's why. I would look at depend. It also depends on financial situation. You know what I'm saying? Because you
Mm-hmm.
can't come out here. If you one of these cats that's like sitting on the couch, and you ain't really working, and she kind of taking care of you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you might have to be careful because
Yeah.
either
Hey,
day could
shit.
be your last day.
Hey,
You know what I'm
bro.
saying?
Hey, look here.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. So
Yeah,
I
I
don't know,
feel
man.
him
I
on that.
mean, yeah, you got to be careful if you that cat like that. If you ain't really
Yeah.
working and you don't have any money, or you ain't doing the 100 to 0, 75, 25, 50, 50. You ain't doing none of that. You doing more like 10, 90. Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
she can get with you anytime.
Yeah.
So my advice, you might want to find you something. You might have to find you another situation, man.
Yeah.
On the low, because you don't want to start from scratch once she give you the boot, and then you from
Mm-hmm.
where you gonna stay at? In your
Yeah,
car.
that's true.
You got to go ahead and start investing in the next situation.
Mm-hmm.
So cheat on her. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What's your
It's
thoughts,
Yeah.
time.
Rico?
She let you know. I'm
So,
telling you, women are smarter than us when it comes to that stuff.
oh, for sure. For
Oh
sure.
She
yeah.
already did something.
Yeah.
She already did something.
Now I'm gonna say this, man. It's kind of a loaded topic, but just so when you look at it, right? Like I'm going to agree to some parts of what E is saying. It depends on what the situation is with old boy. If old boy ain't doing nothing, he's just sitting up on the couch and whatnot. Yeah, yeah, buddy, you need to go ahead and go to Craigslist, page
Yeah,
6, somebody, you know what I'm saying? Black
yeah,
space, my planet. You need to do something and
You
go
going
ahead and get
back
on up out of
back
there.
in the day.
Yeah. But
yeah,
if it's a situation, man, where dude is doing everything he's supposed to be doing, right? And then she want to say, well, sometimes I feel like being single. Then yeah, you need to go ahead and step on away. Cause see, here's the thing about it, man. Like and just like E, well, just like all of us, happily married, man. You know what I'm saying? This and that, yada yada yada. But the thing about it is that I feel like you playing mental games with that person when you say something
right,
like that. Because see,
right,
now it's like, okay, well, because people can easily say, well, maybe you need to take a look at yourself to see what it is that you need to be doing better in the relationship. But if I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing, right? So then now, if I give you more money, if I go out here and send you on more exotic vacations, so
right.
you good now for the next 3 months. Then when
Mhm.
month 4 roll around, hey, I feel like being single again. No,
Yeah.
you feel
Yeah.
like you want me to be a simp. That's what you want me to be.
Yes,
You want me to finance, your lifestyle, right? And meanwhile, we're supposed to be in a partnership, in a relationship, right? But yet you want me to just be the one. You want me to be the bank whenever you need me to be the bank, which will be every day while you keep yours to your side. So if you feel like being single that much, then go ahead and go live the single life. Because see, I heard somebody say a long time ago, you'll feel more comfortable in your own space. You know, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, if you feel like being single, go ahead and be single and go be the army of one. Go take care of you, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna
Right.
take care of me. But all this, I feel like being single. And now remember, when you say you feel like being single, and when you see what the dating pool or the single life is out there, and if them waters ain't looking good, don't come back over here when these waters are
Right.
crystal clear and blue on my side. So don't
Yeah,
don't do that. So
yeah.
so yeah, man. Like yeah, you just need to go ahead and keep walking.
I I,
Right.
I understand based off what the females were saying. I
Mm-hmm.
don't agree with it, but she said this is what her explanation was.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, she don't want to be with another dude. She just like the freedom of having her own space. To me, it's like once I'm gonna speak for myself. Once you hear single, everything else after that word is irrelevant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Right.
at the end of the day, what you're saying is you're unhappy being a couple.
Yep.
That's what you hear,
Right.
Yeah.
right? You're unhappy being a couple and you miss being single. So what is the expectation? Right? The expectation is for you just to listen and take it, or are you to listen and action on what you're hearing? 90+% of the men, they're gonna action on what they're hearing, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You might have that little 10% who go with it, but the majority is gonna be like, nah,
Softies, man. Yeah, well, those are
nah.
gonna be the softies. The little guys that they can pull that on.
Yeah.
Because to me, if
Yeah.
once she says it to you, think about how many times she's already talked to her crew about it.
Oh,
Exactly.
absolutely. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hell
So
yeah. Absolutely.
it's already in
Exactly.
stone by
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
She just coming to you to see what she can get out of you to make it
Mm-hmm.
better. You know what I'm saying? Before she jet off with
Mm-hmm.
her side dude or something.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's a good point. That's a good
Yeah.
point because she, even if she's just say it to you, like you said, how many other people she said it to, right?
Absolutely.
It's a crack, and
Yeah.
when it's a crack, you have them little
Oh
dudes
no.
on the outside just waiting,
Oh no,
waiting
though.
to
No, I'm
pounce,
sorry,
man.
bro.
They
It's
waiting.
not a crack. She getting cracked, just not by
Yeah.
you.
Exactly.
You know
Yep.
what
She
I'm
getting cracked.
saying?
She getting cracked in her crack.
Yes,
You know what I'm
sir.
saying?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
there
getting
ain't no
cracked.
crack no more. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're gonna move on. But I got another one for you guys a little later on that we're
Yeah.
gonna discuss in a similar
All right.
similar fashion conversation. We're gonna discuss one. But let's go ahead and move on to your boy, which he's been in the news 24/7. Well, not the news, sports news, you say. Um, but I can say he's very popular in the way he act, very loud. Your boy Stephen A. Smith. Um, let's discuss. I want to talk about him not on the basic level. I want to kind of expand the conversation to make it more about why. Why do you think he does this? Why do you think he feels like he can get away with, some would say, allegedly attacking or disrespecting the black community? Why do he feel like he basically is untouchable, right? So um, I want to kind of direct or stir the conversation that way. So Rico, you started off, and then we're gonna go from there.
So look, man, here's my thing about Stephen A. Smith, man. Like, here in 2026, if you criticize somebody for the things that they do, it comes, people want to call it hate. This ain't no hate, right? I mean, the man is very successful at what he does, hats off to him. You know what I'm saying? He's a black man in a space that's dominated by white men. Let's just go ahead and put it on out there, right? So he's been thriving for a long period of time. But here's my problem with Stephen A. Smith, though, right? Stephen A. Smith, like, he's being pushed. Well, let's start over. Here's my problem with Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith can be very disrespectful when he wants to be disrespectful, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at it, he's being very disrespectful to like certain individuals, right? Mainly being some black men and black women, right? So, and the reason why I say that is because when he said what he said about Serena Williams, right? Serena Williams' husband then came on and his energy completely shifted. You know what I'm saying? Like he was all on that rah, rah, rah when it came down to Serena Williams. And then all of a sudden, when the husband came on, he toned it down. He was very respectful, right? When you talked about Kamala Harris and, you know, Jasmine Crockett, this and that, yada, 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 he said all these disrespectful things about them. But then when it comes down to Donald Trump, it's always, I'm going to respect the office, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think Kamala Harris was in? She was in the office, right? What do you think Jasmine Crockett is doing, right? You have to respect this black woman for what she's doing. And here lately, Stephen A. Smith, and I'm going to throw another name in here that you didn't mention, but let's go ahead and bring him to the front of the congregation. And that will be one Mr. Ryan Clark as well, right? People now are starting to act like if you attack Stephen A. Smith for the things that he's doing and the things that he's saying, right, that you're wrong, right? Ryan Clark being one of them. When you look at this whole situation, and I don't know if y'all was paying much attention to it, the whole situation that happened with Cam Newton and Jason Whitlock coming on Cam's show, and they was talking about Stephen A., all this and that. That has nothing to do with loyalty. That has nothing to do with loyalty. Because, see, if we're going to talk about loyalty, Stephen A. did the exact same thing when he went on Carmelo Anthony's show and he talked bad about LeBron James, right? And everybody know that Carmelo and LeBron, they tight like that. Right. But then when somebody comes on someone else's platform and wants to badmouth Stephen A., now all of a sudden, Stephen A. wants to make it seem like he's the godfather with the ring on his finger, and he is the one that's making the decisions at ESPN. You're not, buddy. You're not making the decisions. Because, see, when the check gets cut, when the money gets deposited into your bank account, it does not say from the offices of Stephen A. Smith. It says from Disney Corporation. So basically, you getting paid by Mr. Mickey Mouse. That's who you're getting paid by, right? And it's funny, man, because you say something about Stephen A., here comes Ryan Clark trying to bash as well. Bruh, you getting your checks from Mr. Disney. You're not getting checks cut to you from Stephen A. Smith. Because, see, if Stephen A. was really all about that and being that guy, then tell me how come every black on-air talent at ESPN ain't making the same amount of money that he's making? You see what I'm saying? See, he get out there and he preached that, you know, blackness for the community. Oh, I went to a HBCU, this and that. But you got all these people sucking up to Stephen A. Smith like, well, if I don't have Stephen A. Smith in my corner, I wouldn't be here. No, that's not necessarily true, because you didn't have to negotiate with Stephen A. to stay on to ESPN. Because trust me, ESPN will find a way to replace you regardless of what them commas is looking like. Just go ask Shannon Sharp. You see what I'm saying? Go ask Shannon Sharp. And, you know, like everybody wants to say, well, Stephen A. this and that. Then it was, well, and Stephen A. was like, well, I went and I talked to the bosses. And clearly the bosses looked at you and said, you are the employee and I am the employer. So I'm going to be the one that makes the decision at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And then he's petty, man. He acts like a female sometimes. And that's the other thing about what I'm getting tired of, dude, here in the black podcast circle and spaces. I don't know if y'all paid attention to this. Tell me how many times you done seen Joe Rogan beefing with a white podcaster. Tell me how many times you done seen Pat McAfee beefing with a white podcaster. You don't
Right.
see it. But here in the black podcast space, it's always some, oh, I'm shooting shots at somebody. Oh, I'm saying this and that. Emmanuel Acho, bring your sorry ass to the front of the congregation as well. Because you the same way. You had your head so far up Joy Taylor's butt, but Joy Taylor was still running that show, though.
Right.
So, I mean, so you
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? I mean, I know I'm kind of veering all over the place, man. But Stephen A just need to chill with that. And then this whole thing about, well, I want to, you know what I'm saying? I may put in a bid for a presidential campaign as well. Tell me what your policies are going to be. Besides you making $25 million a year. So that's what you want. Tell me what your policies is going to be. Because, bruh, if you ask me, you sure as hell ain't no damn Democrat. So tell me what your policies are going to be. Because we already got way too many TV celebrities in the front office that's making this country is what it is. Have y'all seen the gas prices lately?
Right.
So that's my thing on Stephen A, man. Like, look, dude, you doing your thing for ESPN. It's all good. You got your own show and everything going out there. You out there going up with the dude, what's his name? Doggy, the other loud dude from New York. And all
Mad
this.
Dog Russo.
Yeah, that dude, man, you doing all this and that, yada, yada, yada. But bruh, like, man, miss me with all this other shit. Like, everybody that you are in the glass house and you got all these little cronies in front of you that are protecting you from the stones coming to your glass house. That's my rant on it, man. I'm sorry.
Edon?
Well, the only thing I can agree with Stephen A. on as far as the whole situation with Cam was maybe Cam should have, since he got Cam on the show, maybe said, hey, I'm just letting you know Jason coming on, da da da. But beyond that, I don't feel like he really owed him much, because, if you think about it, in podcast space, I mean, that's, you got to have some good guests on there, and it may be controversial guests in
Yes,
order
sir.
to get those kicks. So, I mean, I ain't saying he should have, just as hey, yo, like Nick let me on here. If I know somebody that, don't like Nick, then I'm going to be like, hey, Nick, old boy coming on next week. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know what I'm saying? Because Nick's my man, and Nick put me on to this, but I don't feel like, and him and Cam and Steve not tight as me and Nick, so we might call him on and jump him or something anyway. But anyway, but Stephen A, it's like all those guys you mentioned they're auditioning for top cook. Like who can be the top cook? Right now, Stephen A.
Yeah.
So you got those guys battling out. If I can hang on Stephen A's coattails, I can be number two. Like that's really what it
Right.
is. And
Yeah.
it's like it's almost like the country, right? So it reminds me the way Stephen A. asked reminds me of when Michael Jordan said, "Hey, Republicans buy my shoes too." It's like for those ratings, he's willing to sell his soul for those ratings. It's shock jock radio. He want just even like when he was with Skip. Skip was having an opinion that nobody in the world will have except for 1% of the people, and he's only doing it because it sounds so stupid that people are gonna be like they're gonna tune in and be like, why is he so stupid? But they
Yep.
tuned in.
Yep.
So Stephen A is loud. I recall when Stephen A was one of those shows where, they had the squares up and then they come in there. They had different people, different sports announcers on
You
there.
talking about around the horn.
Yeah,
Yep.
I remember he used
Yep.
to be on there, and I mean, he barely even said much, And then he had that Quite Frankly show that, quite
Yep.
frankly, was trash.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't last long. It came on there, and it didn't last long because that's all. I mean, his vocabulary has expanded because all he could say back then was quite frankly. That's how he, seriously. That's how. That's why the show was named that because that's really the one liner he had. But
Right.
me
Right.
personally, I mean, he's just trying to do stuff to make sure the ratings stay up. I mean,
Yep.
there's no way he can be this stupid. I mean, you come, you from New York and all this, and then act like that. I mean, come on, man. I know people from the
Yeah.
streets of New York, and they don't act like that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? If
for
that's
sure.
how you are,
For
that's how
sure.
you are. And it's okay to be, but we have that problem. Our people have that problem in corporate America too. So it's the same
Yes.
issue. We don't feel like it can be more than one of us at a certain level. It can only be one. You know, like we're what you call that? The guy that cuts your head off. It can only
Mm-hmm.
be one. You know that
Mm-hmm.
show.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
it's almost like that.
Because and to add on to what you're saying, E, real quick, I'm gonna be quiet, man. It's and I've Nick has heard me say this before. The black community is our community is the only community that act like it's only one bank, right? That all black folks got to put their money in this one bank. So now it is a Game of Thrones type situation to see who's
Right.
going to get to the top to this one bank. It's just
Right.
only our community that think that way, right? But then white people be like, bruh, we got 90 million banks all around this world. So we gonna spread our money out all over the place. But only the black community, we're the only ones that think that way.
Right.
I
And
think
part of it, I think
in
we
the
got
black,
really poor leadership.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Really poor
I think in
leadership.
the black
And,
community, to Rico's point, I think in the black community, I think one of the major differences between, I'll say, other communities
Mm-hmm.
is two people could be beefing of the same race, but when it comes down to making money or business deals, all that'll go out the window, right? It's all
make
about
that money.
making that money,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yeah.
But in our community, nah,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, nah, I ain't messing with you.
Mm-hmm.
They'll turn down $1 million deal or whatever just because, of certain things that they don't agree or had
Yeah.
conflict with another dude.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's one of the major differences between the races.
Yeah.
Could it be something that's been embedded in us and we still fighting to get it out of us? I mean, it's hard because I see a lot of people, especially what we did, and I'm sure you've seen it, on
Yeah,
people who helped me a lot don't look like me,
Exactly.
for sure.
right?
For
They
Yep.
sure.
don't look like me.
Yep.
For
And the
sure.
people who tried to destroy me the most
Oh my
look
God.
like me.
Speak the
There you
truth.
go.
So how am I supposed to take that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
How am I supposed to take that? And
Mm-hmm.
it's just like they like you said, Edon, they try and push you down so they can step up, so they can be closer to the man and kind of have that second fiddle or second whatever. But I just want to touch on Stephen A. real quick and share my opinion on what I think about the dude. I mean, he's very talented. You can't take away his talent.
Absolutely.
He found his niche. He found his niche. Being loud, animated, and that's what people, gravitate towards. I think he said many times he want to go outside of sports and do other things, but I don't think he is seasoned enough in some of the ways he's approaching politics
Correct.
or
Invite him
some
here,
other
Nick,
things.
and let's
So when
not talk
he
about sports. I like to see how that would go. Just invite him here one week.
Right. Absolutely. No, seriously. Mm-hmm.
hey,
No
he'll be
sports.
loud.
Let's just
Mm-hmm.
let him talk with us and see how long he
Just
survives.
have a real conversation. I would love to have a real conversation with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to Stephen A. The first take Stephen A.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk to Stephen
Right.
A. from Queens. You know what I'm saying? That's Stephen A. The one who's going to be real. Hey, look, I do this because of this. I do this because
Right.
of that. Hey, that's the one I want to talk to,
Mm-hmm.
right? But at the end of the day, with Cam and all that situation, I agree. Cam should have hollered at him, like I said, like we had a conversation, Rico. He should have hollered at him. Hey, look, man, check this out. I'm having your boy. I know you don't like him. He gonna be on the show, et cetera, et cetera. That way, Stephen A. excuse me, he could have been like, hey, look, either nah, I ain't messing with you no more, or hey, look, I appreciate it. If you have him on your platform, just make sure he don't tell no lies or whatever. Just make sure he's telling the truth. And then the conversation. And I think he didn't owe him that, but I think he should have did it
Right.
based off of their relationship and the things that he, extended to Cam. I don't think Cam should have came on and said what he said. He should have just everything should have been discussed behind closed doors. It's like
But
nothing,
dog, that's
nothing is more, nothing is sacred no more, right?
yeah.
Like nothing is sacred no more, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
if the three of us have a disagreement,
Mm-hmm.
we're not gonna come on the podcast and be like, let's discuss this disagreement on the podcast, right? We should go behind closed doors. Hey, look, man, I didn't like certain things you said or certain things you did, because that's the respect we share amongst each other,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
It should be. But when somebody just go on and don't do that, then you can't look at them a different way. Like, well, I guess we didn't have the relationship that I thought we had. I thought, I had the phone available. He got my number. He can always call me. And that. What are your thoughts?
So my thing is, like I told you, dog, like I feel what you and E are saying, but this again where I'm pushing back on the whole he should have reached out to Stephen A type bit, right? Because Cam is his own man, just like Stephen A is his own man, just like Ryan Clark is his own man. They all have their own product. You know what I'm saying? They all have their own product. So it's like, okay, yeah, you could say that maybe Cam should have reached out to him, this and that, yada, yada, yada. So let's just say if Cam reached out to him and he said, hey, Stephen A, I'm going to have Whitlock on my show. And Stephen A say, nah, you shouldn't do that. Then what? Because that's his product. You know what I'm saying? Now,
That wouldn't
Cam
stop me
can't,
though. I think
right.
Cam should. If
Cam
he said
can't,
no, I think Cam should still did what he wanted to do. Like
yeah,
instant,
because
like he gave him the full
Cam
warning.
can't speak. Right. He can't speak to the beefs that's between Stephen A and Jason Whitlock because Cam ain't got shit to do with that. So when he brings him on the show, he's asking, what is your issue with Stephen A? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, okay, let's just say, Nick, you and E, y'all have known each other probably longer than Nick, you and I have known each other. You know what I'm saying? So then now I come on the scene and, you and E, and like here I am the guy, and I say, so E, what is your problem with Nick? I have E on my show, Nick, without talking to you about it. Now, E could say, hey, man, well, I saw Nick, he did, yada, yada. And I could be like, well, bruh, I ain't never seen Nick partake in anything like that. I've never seen Nick do anything like that. So I'm gonna be like, hey, bro, well, you know what I'm saying? Since I've known Nick, I ain't never seen no situation like that. I'm not doubting what you're saying, but I'm just telling you what I'm saying. That doesn't make me less of Nick. That doesn't make me less of your brother. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like maybe you and Nick, maybe you and E had maybe y'all threw hands when y'all was in college, and neither one of y'all told me this story. So I don't know nothing about it, but I can say, hey, well, this dude has always been stand up since I've known him. So you're not going your what is it? Your experience is not going to dictate me and Nick's relationship. Does that make sense to y'all? What I'm saying?
No. I get what you're saying, but I think we got to look at who the subjects are. Right? We talking
Okay.
about pop in America in sports radio, sports.
for sure, for sure.
So you talking
Well,
about
you
he
talking
ain't like
about the
everybody
top
else.
two, because
Yeah.
Whitlock is one of them too.
Oh my goodness, he is.
Yes, Lord.
So you
Mm-hmm.
talking about that, getting up in that, like that's like nobody else. There, there are people competing for those spots, but
Yeah.
though they have them. And Cam is still, up and coming in his career. By the way,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Carolina Panthers fan, so I'm familiar with
Okay.
Cam. I felt like he was done dirty by the league.
Oh, for
So
sure.
the
Oh
fact
my
the
God.
fact
Yeah.
that he had to go through all of that, right?
Yeah.
And now this is his second career. I honestly think he should still be suiting up. To be honest with you, some of the guys. I mean, Philip Rivers suited up last year. Come on, let's
Mm-hmm.
keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
He
And
was in a wheelchair throwing
I went
passes.
to NC State, so hey, Philip Rivers, hey, he had some great games in NC State. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
ain't trashing him either. But I mean, a 44-year-old Philip Rivers versus a Cam Newton. Give me Cam. Just don't run him.
Yeah.
Just don't let a third down sweep be your play call on third and 15. Like, I
Absolutely.
mean, what are we doing? Like, come on.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
feel like he's already gone through seeing that. Part of, if he was not an African American, in my opinion, he would still be in the league. Okay,
Oh
if
hell
Josh
yes,
Allen gets to be his age, he's
dude,
going to be in the league. So it's like,
dude.
that right there to me, like kind of what goes on with different things in different professions.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't saying let it affect your decision, but just as a courtesy. Like, boom,
Mm-hmm.
old boy gonna be on there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it. Hey, if you want me to, you come on there next week, and
Yeah.
and you can come get it off on him. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That way,
Mm-hmm.
except my raise both weeks. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Mm-hmm.
helping you
Yeah.
Yeah.
let you go last.
Yeah.
You get the
Yeah.
final 16. The final 16 bars or something. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what I would have done. Just because
Mm-hmm.
it's Stephen A. He a little, like you said before, man. He a little sensitive sometimes, man.
Dog, ain't he? But then
Yeah,
come out here and we want to bash people and whatnot, dude. And it's like, dude, you be doing the exact same things. You know what I'm saying? Because like when you look at it, he's upset with Molly because Molly left the show. Why did Molly leave the show? She's going to get executive producer credits. This is the same
right.
thing that Stephen A. being that dude, being the horse, being the cash cow for ESPN. Why hasn't Stephen A. Smith gotten any executive producer credits yet for anything related to ESPN? So see, that should tell you right there. Yeah, you up there, but they ain't really to give you the keys to a portion of the castle just quite yet.
Right. You like the rest
And
of
then,
us in their
yeah,
eyes.
and then you know what I'm saying? Then it's like, well, I was caught up just like you. I was shocked when Molly left. She didn't come talk to me. You ain't her agent. She ain't got to come talk to you. You didn't
Right.
get her ass hired. I mean, like,
Yeah.
come
And then I
on,
think she made
man.
like 500,000. You didn't give her no more money either.
Yes, absolutely. But he wanted 25 million when it was time for his contract to get redone. He wanted to be the highest on their personality. And people are like, well, he should, because look at the amount of money that they paying Pat McAfee. But also look at look at the bidding war that ESPN did to get Pat McAfee. They paid $100 million to get him away from what was that,
Mm-hmm.
FanDuel?
Mm-hmm. Something like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it's like Stephen A doesn't have his own show where he's like the lead guy. Yeah, you're sitting up there debating with other people, but McAfee has his own time slot where he
Yeah.
is the lead guy.
He's the guy.
Yeah.
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 And
I
they
want
ain't
to.
gave that to Stephen A yet.
So since you bring it up, I want to kind of shift and direct the conversation
Mm-hmm.
towards this. And you spoke of Molly, and I'm not sure how much you got offered. You said 500,000.
Yeah,
I
no, I
think she
think
was doing
Molly
like
now is making
500,000
five.
or something.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
No, I'm
she's
talking
making.
about before she got to stay at ESPN. She got like
Yeah, I think
5K
it
or
was.
something
I
like
think it
that.
was something like that because now I think she's making 5 mil, 5 to 6
Okay.
mil per year. Where she's because I think she went to Peacock. I think something like that,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
So
Yeah.
so
I
my
heard
question
500,000.
is so
Yeah,
my question is this. We already know the disparity between pay, male and females, when it
yeah,
comes to what they do. Um, recently in the WNBA, I think what the first female got the $1 million contract or
Jackie
something like
Young,
that.
Jackie
Jackie
Young.
Young
Yep.
just got the $1 million contract.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's shift the conversation in this direction. And I want to know you guys' thoughts on, as it pertains to the female commentator or athlete. Um, where do you see it going, and your thoughts and how you feel about it? It's on you.
Talking about WNBA or just talking about female athletes in general? I got some opinions on WNBA personally.
Repeat that.
I
Repeat that
think
again. Repeat that again because you
I was
broke up.
asking, are you talking about female athletes in general or just WNBA? Starting with that.
Um, totality, everything.
Okay. Well, I do want to get my little slice in about WNBA. I feel like your salary should be proportionate to whatever you guys are bringing in. So what we're bringing in the door, how much money we make by advertising, all that, it should be some percentage of that, and it should be something that is is reasonable. Meaning, if the NBA is making a certain percentage of whatever's coming in, I think it's reasonable to have them make the certain amount. Now, if we're talking,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to be making way more than they're bringing in. That just doesn't make good business sense, and those businesses usually go out of business.
Mm-hmm.
But I think just the female athletes overall that I see today, it's like everything's progressing. Everybody's getting bigger, stronger, faster.
Yeah.
And I hopefully, if they bring the same amount, certain sport, it's more of a sport by sport thing to me because it's all about what excitement they're bringing. It's all about at the end of the day, what kind of money they're bringing in. Like that's really what it's all about. It's all about what kind of advertisement. Who wants to buy advertising for when your sport's playing on TV? Because I
Mm-hmm.
used to work at a TV station. That's where all the money comes from. So as far as the TV station, the way they make their money, you got all these large companies. They're buying time slots to run these commercials that we're all looking at. Same thing with getting paid off. Even at any platform, any of these social media platforms, you stay there and watch those commercials. That's how people get paid because really people are trying to advertise products so then you can go buy those products so then they can have that revenue. And then they're going to
Yes.
take a portion of it and dedicate it to advertising. That's how you get paid.
Yes,
So if
sir.
your sport is bringing some money in, hey, I'm with it. But if
Mm-hmm.
and I got opinions about this Title IX and all that because I mean, sorry, if your sport is not well, I don't care if it's male or female, and it ain't really bringing it. I mean, come on, like you got canoe building is a sport or something. I don't know who wants to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Who's interested in that?
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody. I don't care if it's
Mm-hmm.
male or female.
Yeah.
Get rid of it. Now,
Yeah.
the female canoe building is bringing in money, but the male canoe building ain't because maybe they got on bikinis or something when they building the canoes, and everybody want to see it, and woo woo. It's packed stadiums. Hey man, let them earn the money that what I'm saying, they deserve. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Yeah.
let's stop some of this. Some of
Mm-hmm.
this trying to make stuff even ain't working out. Just like they mess with the DEI and all that. Hey, do it on people's merit. I mean, do it
Mm-hmm.
on what makes sense. Like, I mean, for me, I've never seen where DEI ever helped. It's anyone except for, of course, female Caucasians.
White
That's
women.
really that's
Yes.
really the group that it's helped. As
Yes,
far as
Lord.
wherever I've gotten, I'll tell anybody. I'm not here by accident. It was a lot of
Mm-hmm.
hard work, a lot of long nights, a lot of nights I didn't go to sleep to get
Mm-hmm.
where I was able to get. So I don't DEI. They still get rid of it. I mean, hey, it's never affected me anyway. So, but that's just my 2 cents about a few topics.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you
My
say
apologies.
somebody said told you? Didn't you say somebody told you they thought you went to college for free?
Yeah, well,
Or they?
somebody, and it was somebody in their 30s, a Caucasian man, at one of my jobs. We were talking. I don't know if you want me to mention what we were talking about. That's okay. We were talking about Duke lacrosse scandal, and that the young
Yeah, I
lady
remember
that
that. Yep, I remember
the
that.
accuser there, they said, she was still enrolled in North Carolina Central or something. She was about 25. And he was like, this is way before they found out she was lying. He was like, I'm suspicious of it anyway, because why is she 25 going to college? He said African Americans go to college for free. And I asked him, I was like, well, where's that program? Because,
Yeah,
I got a daughter
exactly.
coming up. I mean, I want to know because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go for free. I had to pay back student loans
Mm-hmm.
for years. So, I mean, but he really was sincere and he thought that was the truth. Like it was news to him. Then when I told him, what? You know?
Hey, both of
So,
y'all was shocked that day.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Shit.
yeah. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
where are these free colleges you're talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
What are your
crazy.
thoughts, Rico?
Well, man, like I've been saying for the longest period of time, man, that especially when you talk about the WNBA, that they should have been getting paid a whole lot more money that they were getting paid. I mean, because dog, when you look at it, you have some people that are in corporate America working a 9 to 5 gig that was making more money than Asia Wilson was last year. And Asia Wilson is to me the best baller in the WNBA right now, right? I think
True.
last year, I think she only brought in from the WNBA side of the house. I think her salary was 225, 230.
Yeah. Probably
So you
around.
got people that was making more money than she was, right? Just to play basketball, right? And you talking about people that's getting up every day and going into corporate America. Now, a lot of people are going to credit this whole situation with them making more money. They're going to put this all at the feet of Caitlin Clark, right? They're going to say, oh, because of Caitlin Clark, but this is what people got to understand, right? Caitlin Clark came in at the current CBA that they had at the time, right? They already knew, hey, we got to capitalize on not only Caitlin Clark, but let's look past Caitlin Clark because we forget Angel Reese came in at the same time as well, right? Then right after them, you had Paige Beckers that's coming in. And then here's a name that ain't nobody really talking about, a couple of names people ain't talking about for the future that the WNBA had to say, you know what? We're going to have to start paying these ladies because if not, they're going to vote overseas. People forget about AZ Fudd that's getting ready to come in this year. And then there's a young lady that's sitting out in Southern California. Y'all know who she is.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Miss Ponytail herself. Oh, Juju, right? Because when Juju come in, Nike is already like, hey, what we going to do with this, right? So, like, they had to get this money right. And then to flip on the other side, when you talk about the female broadcaster, right? Dude, like, ESPN fumbled the bag to go back to ESPN. Do y'all know who Elle Duncan is?
Yes.
So Elle Duncan was one of the few females that was hosting the 6 o'clock time slot for Sports Center. That's their prime time slot. That's their 5 o'clock, 6 p.m. news channel. She was hosting that. Y'all know why she left ESPN? Because ESPN didn't want to pony up. So now Elle Duncan left ESPN and signed a deal with Netflix. And what is she getting? Executive producer credits along with more money. You see what I'm saying? But they didn't want to pony up the money to give her what she needed to be done. And Elle Duncan brought that flavor to it. She talked about a whole bunch of different things and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And people forget, people who don't know really much about Elle Duncan comes from Atlanta. I remember when Elle Duncan was, what was it, 92.3, 92.9? She was like a radio, like, I don't want to call her a radio host, but she worked on like the little local news stations around there. So she worked her way up. You know what I'm saying? She did it the hard way. But ESPN didn't want to pony up when it was time to start making that money. Another person that they lost Maria Taylor. And guess what Maria Taylor does? Maria Taylor hosts Football Night in America on Sunday nights on NBC. Right? Because remember, ESPN had Maria Taylor, but then when man, what's the young lady name, man? She got the reddish hair. She used to be on ESPN. She was Rachel.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? She used to host the NBA Countdown on ESPN, right? And then when she got hot mic'd or somebody recorded the conversation when she talked that smack about Maria Taylor, because ESPN started pushing Maria Taylor into that spot, right? Guess what Maria Taylor said? Okay, bet. Y'all want to protect her and not protect me. I'm going to just shoot on over here to NBC and Peacock. And guess what? I got America's eyes on Sunday nights because I'm the lead for this. The only black female that's the lead with this, with everybody else that played football on that panel. So what America needs to really start understanding is that, like, hey, when you talk about these women in these positions, you got a lot of women out there, especially minority women, that's holding it down. And y'all need to start ponying up. Because if you go back and know a little bit about history, y'all all know who Erin Andrews is, right?
Oh, yeah.
But people forget about who Pam Oliver is. Because yes, sir. So Pam Oliver was the sideline reporter when Joe Buck and Troy Aikman basically was working Fox NFL Sunday Game of the Week. Pam Oliver was that one. What did Fox do? They mooched Erin Andrews away from ESPN, and they start having Erin Andrews on the sideline. All of a sudden, we want to boot out the Hall of Famer Pam Oliver, and we want to put Erin Andrews in that position. So then when you go back full circle, Pam Oliver's still doing her thing, but Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, they left Fox and they went to ESPN. And now they're the home team for that at that time. And guess who they have working the sidelines for them? Another black female that people ain't showing love to, one Lisa Salters. So see, Hey, America, you can say what you want to say about females and all this and that DEI bullshit and all this and that. But you're going to have to start paying attention that there is a lot of black faces, females at that are either hosting the show or doing what they need to do on the sidelines. And they got y'all attention. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well
Yeah.
said, well said.
Mm-hmm.
The
Well
only
said.
thing I would say though, WNBA, they don't play that many games. You know.
Well, they play 30. I think they're going to 34 now. 34,
Yeah, that's what I'm
36, or
saying.
something
Like
like
this
that.
season. So
Yeah,
your analogy, the only thing I would say is that corporate person working, they working 12 months.
for
Yeah,
sure.
I think if I could work 30 games worth and get that salary, they really be balling. But kind of prorated. But the
Yeah,
men the men playing and the league is growing. So
it
once they
is.
get more
It is.
teams, they get more games. The
Yeah.
playoffs will be longer. But I'm gonna be honest, I love the game, the women's game.
Oh, for sure.
WNBA, it's
Yes.
crazy, man. They
Yes.
can ball,
Yes.
man.
I'm
They
hoping
can
and
ball.
praying that they bring a team back to Charlotte.
Man, I wish they would.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Cause
Or make the well, if they get rid of the Mellow, man, just make them the female team. I mean, cause man, some nights, man, I'm like, man, I seen enough. I'm just keeping it real, man. Sometimes I'm like, I seen enough, man. Get rid of him and that. What's that new kid they got?
he said,
Duke. Say him and that new kid for Duke.
you
Maybe
talking
get
about
Angel
Con
Reese
Knife?
and
Yeah,
Caitlin
man.
Clark and just call it a wash, man. I mean,
He said,
you know what
get
I'm saying?
rid of
I'm tired of
LaMelo.
it, man. When we gonna win something, man? I'm tired of it. It's horrible.
But no, but the Hornets are playing good this year though.
They
Ain't they
are.
gonna make
They
the
are. I
playoffs?
mean, this year, man, they're playing better this year than they have been in about 20 years, man.
Shocker. Shocker,
Since Larry
dog.
Johnson in
Yeah.
Since
the
LJ, since
Yeah.
grandmama.
Dog, that's how long
LJ
it's
and
been.
Bugs and Bowles, they ain't been this
For
good.
sure. For sure.
And they
Yeah.
still
That's how
what
long
seed
it's
are
been.
they? They still low seed.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's no
Mm-hmm.
problem though.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
Kadipple guy, yeah, he be
Yeah.
hitting them threes.
Yeah, man. As long as LaMelo can quit damn running over people and his Hummers and shit uptown Charlotte.
Oh yeah, he
He,
did do that, man.
Dog. Like,
Crazy.
and got out the car and got in the daggone, I think he got in a Phantom and left.
what?
Yeah,
See, they
yeah,
ain't
man.
driving.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
driving.
Yeah. He stayed there for the cops and everything to come on site and check everything out. But then he called somebody else and they pulled up, man. He got right on in the car and they took him on to the arena. Yeah.
Mm.
So he gonna pay that. I think it was a female he hit. He gonna pay that young lady very well.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, y'all had some good points, interesting
Yeah.
points. But I told you I had one more little
Okay.
scenario I wanted to throw out at y'all.
Oh boy.
All right. And of course I gotta get y'all opinion. So it's a guy. He's married to a woman, but he's a stepdad. He's not the biological father.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's been in the daughter life ever since she was young, right? Ever since she was young. The biological father doesn't contribute financially or emotionally, hasn't really been there. Fast forward to when the female is an adult. She's getting married. And she's saying that one, let me rewind a little bit. So the stepfather, right,
Mm-hmm.
is paying for the wedding. He's paying for everything. He says, okay, can I invite 20 people from my side of the family who's been your family, right? That was shut down. When he goes to see the invitations, it has his name is not up there as the father or whatever. It's the biological father. Then the stepdaughter tells the stepfather, "Hey, look, I want my biological father to walk me down the aisle. I'm gonna leave it right there. Okay. In that situation, if it were you, what would be your response to your stepdaughter?
Can I
Rico,
please?
Rico, it's on you.
Okay, I understand. Thank you for letting me know. Um, and since you have made that decision, right? I just wanted to let you know that the courthouse is always open and available for you to walk, for your daddy to walk you up the steps, down the steps into the courtroom. Because if you think I'm about to sit here and pay all this money, right, for a wedding that, number one, you don't, the only reason, the only reason why it seems like I have access to go is because I'm paying for it. You don't have my name on the invitations. I got to ask you if I can invite 20 people from my side of the family that you done call family all these years while your sorry ass daddy wasn't doing nothing. And you think I'm about to kick the door? Oh, play. Oh, no, man. I'll be damned.
Hey,
I don't know what to
so
tell you.
for me, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. So it seems like there's something else going on deeper,
Oh,
right?
for sure.
Because here's the thing: if I raised you and you got raised in my house, you know how I am, and you know how I get down. So you know already that if I'm kicking out that door, then what's gonna happen?
Hell yeah.
So that stepdaddy must be guy. His heart might pump a little Kool-Aid, man. I'm gonna just be real with you. Cause somebody they wouldn't even be brave enough to come out and say
Dog.
ask me those questions. They
Bruh.
wouldn't even come and ask. Like I'm like, oh, 20 come. I'm not asking nobody. I'm paying for it. I ain't asking
Exactly.
nobody to come.
Exactly.
I'm letting y'all come. I'm gonna invite who I want to. It's my way.
Exactly.
My way. And
Like,
I'm
like,
going down the aisle. I mean,
yes.
I'm put the Soul Train line on if you want to.
Like, nigga,
I'm coming
what?
down how I want to. You know what I'm
Hey.
saying? And that's what it is, man. And the crazy part about it, my family, man, it was a simple situation with somebody in my family. And then right now, the current situation I'm in, I'm not at my my granddaughter's not that age yet.
Mm-hmm.
But from the situation with her and seeing what, that situation, I wish somebody would. They know me better than that. Yeah,
Exactly.
he paying for it. Something comes up, there are conditions to come along, we paying for it. Tell you that. Don't. I wish you
Yeah.
would disrespect me.
Yeah.
Nobody might not make it down the aisle.
Yeah. Yeah. Man,
Nobody.
hell no. Boy, girl, you done lost your damn. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't even be upset. I will be hurt, but you're not gonna know it. I'm going to tell you, I appreciate you telling me. Now I know. So I tell you what, the courthouse is open Monday through Friday and sometimes on Saturdays.
Yep.
Right? Tell your father to meet you there. You can go buy whatever dress you want to. You can Uber it up. You can cab it. You can drive you could do whatever you can have you can have the celebration and everything after the wedding. You can have it at Golden Corral. I don't give a damn. But just understand something. That 45,000 that I was about to kick out, shit, I'm going to Vegas.
If I'm paying 45,000,
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna tell you right now, nobody would disrespect me and think that
Hell
whatever I
no.
say don't go. I wish somebody
Exactly.
gonna walk you down the aisle.
I
Okay,
lost your damn.
you wouldn't even come talk to me about that. They'd be too scared to
Hey,
talk to me about that.
hey,
okay,
you ain't doing that.
I'm glad you say nobody would disrespect you because I got to add another layer to it, right?
Okay.
So
Okay,
it's another side, right?
okay.
What if your wife
Shit.
says you're overreacting?
Hey, well, I tell you what then, hey, like I told my wife this, I would never come between you and your children. Never. But I mean, hey, we may have to go ahead and just, you know how they say in the sports area, breaking news, Dorico Gaither and his wife have mutually agreed to part ways for the betterment of the franchise because they need to go in a different direction because no, man. No.
She know
Mm-mm.
better. That
Yeah,
wouldn't even. They would not. I'm telling you. When I say they would not even approach me with it.
exactly.
They would
Man,
think
that's
about it
foul as hell.
afterwards. They were like, "Yeah, you know what? It's funny. We was thinking about." Yeah, they would. They might say that afterwards, but they wouldn't dare. they would not dare even think about saying something like that to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Like I made sure, you got to raise your children so they understand.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you come up to my house, if you come to me with something like that, man, please.
Bruh, no. That ain't happening. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Because like if I wasn't paying for the stuff, then it's like, okay, hey,
Yeah,
you
do
paying
you.
for it, you draw it however you want it to be.
Right.
If you want your daddy to walk you down the aisle,
Yeah,
hey, look, I will be disappointed. I will be hurt
yeah,
because your father wasn't nowhere to be around when I was there for you doing all
yeah,
this and that. But hey, I have to respect your wishes.
yeah.
But since I'm paying for this, yeah, okay. If you want your daddy to walk you down, he gonna be on one arm and I'm gonna be on the other, or I'm walking you down and your daddy holding the what's that thing called, the train part of the
Yeah.
dress, the back part holding,
Yeah,
or
that's
your
what we
Yeah.
dad,
need to do
yeah,
right there.
your daddy can be the ring bearer, but man,
Yeah,
you're not
Yeah,
finna
throwing
just put,
throwing the rice down the aisle.
yeah,
yeah.
you're
You
not
can't
just
punk me
finna,
like that. You
yeah,
ain't gonna
push
punk
me
me at
to
the
the
wedding,
side and be
man.
like, daddy, this nigga coming in smelling like Hennessy and Old Spice and shit. Hell to the no,
Yeah,
man, you
Black and
better go
Mild.
on somewhere.
Man, I wish.
Shit.
Nah, man. I wish. No,
I'm just,
nah, man.
I'm just
Nah, man.
saying,
Like I
man.
said, if I ain't
Mm-mm.
paying for it, that's different. But I'm paying for it.
Yeah,
Cancel that.
boy.
If I ain't paying
Mm-mm.
for it, hey,
Hell to the
man,
So
no.
so
you.
what I saw the end result, the dude end up leaving his wife.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Yeah, he ended up leaving his wife. Basically, had not having anything else to do with the daughter, man.
I can't blame him because that's
Yeah.
foul, dog. And then for the wife to sit there and be like, "Oh, this is my daughter. I stand with my daughter." No, that's not right. I get it. Your daughter is an adult. You can't make her do anything no more because she is an adult. But also at the same time, man, we got to use some common sense with that, man. We
Yeah.
really do because man, I'm telling you, man, like what, and I know we going on. I know I'm going on something totally, but man, I'm just so sick and tired of these different stories that you be hearing coming out of these people relationships. So, have y'all ever heard of this podcast called Tonight's Conversation?
I have not.
Never heard of it.
So it's like a panel of dudes, and it's got a couple of females on there. So they go to different cities. Matter of fact, they
I
coming
think
to
I seen
Charlotte.
it.
I
Yeah,
think I seen the
I think I
highlights.
seen it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so this one girl got up there at one, I don't know where they was at, man, not one girl, let me say that. This one woman, she got up there wherever city they was in. And so she said that like she like had some type of ailment or something. She was sick or whatever. The dude took care of her. He paid all the bills. He did all the cooking, all the cleaning. Like he cleaned her, like wiped her butt. Man, she couldn't do hardly anything. And then when her health got back good, she talking about that she thinking about leaving the dude because he lacks ambition. He wiped your ass when you couldn't. What are you talking about? He paid for everything across the board. And now he lacks ambition. And you want to go hit the streets to go find good luck. Go ahead and put that in your dating profile. Looking for a man or a woman that's gonna wipe my ass for me when I can't.
Mm,
And see how many likes you gonna get on that.
mm.
Yeah, they gonna swipe left on all that.
That's what
They
I'm
swipe left.
saying, man. It's
Right.
like, man, are y'all kidding me, bro? And then the other ones, well, if you got a man that, having a man that want to sit here and want to take you to a cheesecake factory, you need to go ahead and let him go. Having a man that ain't paying 100% of everything while you pocket all your money, you with somebody that's broke. No, you're broke because you don't want to contribute. That's what that's what that is. Like it, man, boy, I tell you, man, when I tell you, man, I'm so thankful for my wife, man, because my wife is a real one, dog. She is a real one. My wife will hold us down if something happened and I need for us to hold us down. Just like she know I will hold us down if something happened to her and she needs for me to do that. You know what I'm saying? I've been blessed to have a real woman by my side.
To me, I think when you find a real woman understands
For
that
sure.
it's better to grow together.
Yes.
It's better to
Yeah.
grow together. You can do more
Yeah.
together
Yeah.
versus individually. So,
Boy.
yeah, that's gonna be something else we got to discuss, man. But we gonna bring it back to this real quick. So we're gonna close it out. we're
Hmm.
gonna close it out. We've been going for a hot minute right now, and you know how we are. We can just talk all night long
For
or all
sure.
day long. So, but we gotta wrap it up and bring it to an end. Um, so I want to close it with what you guys got going on, or what you plan on doing in the future. Um, so Rico, we'll start with you.
Well, man, again, it's always a blessing, man, to be on the show, man. To just meet new people. You got a new brother in me, dog. So you know what I'm saying. It's always a blessing, man. So for me, man, been a couple of career changes since the last time we talked. So I'm, dealing with that, man. But I have gotten the itch to want to get back into podcasting, man. It's just the fact that my schedule is so crazy busy, man. Like as a matter of fact, I got to work next Saturday, as a matter of fact. So, but I'm definitely gonna get back out there, man, because it's April, and y'all know my favorite time of the year. It will be kicking off here in about 4.5 months. That's the college football season. You know what I'm saying? So I got to get back out there, man, and start doing my college football previews for the games and whatnot, man. And I promise y'all, I'm gonna get back into it. And then I, also still got 7-7 talk on the other hand, man. Just gotta take some time, man, and get my priorities straight and and get right back into the podcasting game, man. So that's what I got, man. But I'm enjoying what I do now with my new career change, man. Getting the chance to deal with the young minds and everything, man, every day. It's boy, the young people, boy, I love y'all, but it's interesting at times, but I love y'all, man. So, but that's what I got going on. Yeah, I'm gonna pass it on to you, bro.
All right, thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, same here. What I got going on, like I was saying earlier, football's ramping up. We about to start 7-on-7 here. Hopefully this weekend.
Okay.
Also, we're doing camps for our tackle football season. Just inviting kids out of all ages, just to come out and work out. Get in shape. Some of them will not play. Not even be playing with us. They may play for other organizations or may even play school ball. But it's a good opportunity to get them out, and get them moving. My organization also, has some of our coaches have a track program as well that's going on now, outdoor track. Their season just started good, so they'll have track meets. So really getting out here trying to affect the youth, man. It's kind of our duty is, with the ages that we are. I don't know how. I mean, I know I'm probably older than y'all, but just getting out here and trying to the next generation coming up, making sure they have the right way to go and
For sure.
provide some
Yeah.
mentorship and things like that. And because sooner or later we're gonna be real old, and I don't want any of them just pushing me over and stepping on me and taking my social security.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to hopefully one of them be like, nah, that's Coach E,
Mm-hmm.
But just working with the kids and just looking forward to the summer, man. Get some fishing in. I'm trying to hit at least Florida and the Gulf Coast and try to hit all of the East Coast, this year. But really, that's all I got going on, other than just family stuff, man. Just trying to keep my family tight knit, man.
For
But
sure.
that's it. That's what I got going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's
How
what's
about you,
up,
Nick?
man. Hey, that's what's up, man. And hey, I'm back. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
To the fans and the listeners, followers, I'm definitely gonna be more consistent now, posting more content. Don't forget, it starts with me. Dot 360 degrees. That's another show that I want you guys to tune in. Try and get your mind right. So we're gonna go on a block and we're gonna talk like we on a block, and we're gonna have fun, have different topics, but then we also gonna go back and talk about how important it is to take care of yourself.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Health is wealth. And I'm not gonna front, man. I'm getting up there in age. So, when I've been down now, things hurt that didn't hurt when I was younger. Wake up, just step up straight, and don't understand why my hip hurt for no reason, just because I stepped on like a little pebble or something like the previous
Mm-hmm.
day. But yeah, definitely gotta keep that in mind, health and wellness, and taking care of yourself. So also look out for that. So I'm gonna be more active, and of course, I'm gonna have you guys back on a consistent basis
For sure.
because
For sure.
I'm pretty sure viewers, if you want to see them, leave the comments. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have some comments. They're gonna disagree. They're gonna show some love, and we definitely gonna hit back and engage with you guys. But before I go, is there any um prospects for the prospects that want to join your team? Is there anything that they need to look out for, or how do they get on your team, or
Oh
anything
yeah,
like
I
that?
coach with the Capital City Steelers out of Raleigh, NC. You know, we're well known. You know, we've been putting in that work for a lot of years, and we're well known around the country. We usually go to we usually have some teams that go to nationals. So Capital City Steelers, yeah, just
That's
type it
what's up.
in. They know us. I'll have
That's
the
what's
link and
up.
all next time though.
Yeah, that's what's up, bro.
Okay.
For
What
real.
what's the biggest fish you caught?
Me, well, I do some fishing. I know. I mean, I haven't caught a marlin or anything, but like some grouper or something. You know, if you're talking about weight wise, like on one of the boats.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but I got to ease
Okay.
myself back into it, so I ain't gonna be on a boat anytime soon. So, pier fishing.
Okay. Get a
Yeah,
little creek fish or something.
no pier. Like out, like over the ocean,
Or
Outer Banks.
oh, okay, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. I
yeah,
got you.
yeah, yeah. Get tangled up with something.
I remember I used to drive across the James River Bridge
I used to
and
be out
see them
there.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, but I found out that mostly people from North Carolina go there. Because when you go there, you always find people from back home. And I was wondering about that. And then one day I spent the night and I was going around town and nobody even, they were like, James River Pier. Like, because they can fish anywhere. You
Hmm.
go there, you're from North Carolina, you don't have a Virginia fishing license. So, your admission includes the fishing license. So it's convenient.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. But hey, we're gonna close it out. I appreciate you guys coming on. I
Always, bro. Love to y'all,
I can
man. For
say
real.
I enjoyed the conversation.
Hmm.
I enjoyed the feedback, man. Hey, and I know next time it's gonna be even better.
Yeah.
So with that being said, hey, the block is hot. It's on fire, so we're gonna be out. Peace.
Like